decision.
On this episode of OFallon Matters, find out how D.A.R.E is making a difference in OFallon classrooms, celebrate Black History Month with a few tales from the past, and find out how OFallon snowfighters prep for large winter weather events. All this and more next on OFallon Matters. Welcome to OFallon Matters. 2015 was a big year for OFallon, and 2016 is shaping up to be even bigger. Now let's showcase the civic growth and improvement coming to our community.
OFallon is a city of tradition with vision. That means our city staff and elected officials are always working towards improving our community, while never losing track of the heritage that's made us who we are today. In 2015, we laid the groundwork for new city amenities that will help us grow to meet OFallon's needs for decades to come. We improved our infrastructure, replacing and repairing more city streets than ever before. We streamlined our services with lean government processes, making it easier for residents to get the help they need. But as more things change, more things stay the same. In 2015, we still hosted dozens of festivals that brought our community together, like the famous Heritage and Freedom Fest. Our economy continued to grow, bringing one-of-a-kind shops and international businesses to our city. And we've grown accustomed to the accolades we earn every year, like SafeWise.com's Missouri's Safest Cities Award. All in all, 2015 was a good year to be an OFallon resident. Now, with the dawning of the new year, we sat down with OFallon's mayor and city administrator to discuss our city's goals for 2016.
We have quite a few, and all of us know the number one is the Justice Center. We hope to break ground this spring, and I think we're going to make that. So that's going to be huge because I think everybody's quite happy about seeing it come up finally, the construction of the building. So that will be happening in 2016.
Another big one is we have an August ballot issue for our Parks Department, which is to get O'Day Park built and to rejuvenate Civic Park and expand Alligators Creek. And if you've ever been to Alligators Creek in the summertime, it's crowded, and we're going to expand it, and we need more room at Civic Park.
We're also planning a number of infrastructure projects that will have a lasting effect on the OFallon community.
The council for 2016 decided to refinance some bonds. So we are going to be able to not only design but implement a lot of those stormwater projects that have been asked to be done for over 20 years in this city to stop the flooding issues that people are having. So I think that's a huge project that we're going to be undertaking. Again, the I-70 project with our one-way outer roads, that's going to be another major issue and project that we're going to see at least design completed in 2016. And I think we have some others having to do with water and sewer. We've got to do something with our Main Street water breaks, and that's going to be in design phase. So a lot of the issues that we've been trying to tackle since I've been here are actually going to come to fruition.
You can keep an eye on upcoming projects by visiting OFallon's website. Once there, you can follow along on the progress of our new Justice Center, get updates on road and construction projects, and learn more about how our city is growing. Exciting changes are coming to OFallon, and we're proud to be one of the best cities in the state of Missouri.
What we've done is made the city a great place to work, live, and play. And basically our goal still is to maintain being one of the best places to live, one of the safest cities in America, and to maintain our streets and make our residents feel safe driving through the city of OFallon.
This next segment honors Black history in O'Fallon. Joe Meyer is here with the story.
In February, Americans celebrate Black History Month by honoring important figures such as Dr. Martin Luther King. On this episode of OFallon Matters, we'll celebrate O'Fallon's Black heritage by looking back at the life of Billy Hayden and his daughter Phyllis. During the last century, O'Fallon's Black population was scarce. In fact, many families had moved out of the area seeking better employment opportunities. But the Hayden family decided to make O'Fallon home. And never was there a kinder, gentler, and more respected man in O'Fallon than Billy Hayden.
My dad was born in St. Paul, Missouri, as was his father and his grandfather. And when he married my mother, they were given a piece of land by her grandparents. And that's how he came to O'Fallon, Missouri. And I guess my dad was in his early 20s and had just gotten out of the military then.
During his time in the Air Force, Billy played baseball and boxed. In 1946, he won a Golden Gloves boxing championship. Once Billy came back to O'Fallon, he continued to be active in sports.
I imagine it started when he was in the military because at that time, different companies played each other and it was an honor. So when he got out of the military, he continued that. But when he first started, the blacks and the whites didn't play baseball together at that time. So my dad and his team would go to different communities that had black teams like Troy, Missouri, and Louisiana, Missouri, and St. Charles, and a place called Robertson, and they would play against these teams, and they would play for money. So that's how my dad started with his love for baseball.
Billy and his wife Catherine renewed their vows at Assumption Catholic Church in 1953. They had 4 children together: Phyllis, Tommy, Martha, and Charlene. Being one of the few black families in O'Fallon during segregation posed some challenges, but Billy was well respected among his peers in the community.
There wasn't any place that I wasn't allowed to go, but my dad always would go to the back door because I think that's how his parents had trained him to do, so he was following that. I know there was racism, but my dad had a lot of white friends, so I think that compensated for him.
Billy continued to be active in O'Fallon throughout his life. He coached Corey League baseball for over 20 years. Billy also served as a board member for the St. Charles County Amateur Sports Hall of Fame. His dedication to youth sports in O'Fallon is still remembered today. Billy was a member of the VFW Post 5077 and a member of AMVET's Post 10. He served as an usher at Assumption Church and the caretaker of Sage Chapel Cemetery until his death in 1995. For Billy, life was good in O'Fallon, but for his daughter Phyllis, it wasn't easy being a black girl in small-town America.
My brother and sisters and I went to Assumption from the 1st through the 8th grade, and it was difficult because if something happened at the school that was bad, say someone stole something, we would get blamed for it simply because of our color. My dad would tell us that we would have to take it, and we could not fight back. It made me angry at my dad, but I didn't realize at the time that my dad was trying to teach us to see people as individuals and don't look at their color, because other people see you as being different because of who you are. Don't you be that way. But it took years for me to see that. And when I got into high school, I started learning about the Civil War. And then my dad told me whites started fighting that Civil War so that we would have freedom. That's when I started to change the way that I felt and just seeing whites as individuals or my friends.
Even though Phyllis experienced some racism throughout her childhood, she believes that O'Fallon has changed over the years.
I didn't really like O'Fallon growing up as a child, but O'Fallon has done some great things for us, for the blacks that are in the community.
Today, O'Fallon is a thriving, diverse community with over 82,000 residents. And with each passing generation, old stigmas are slowly disappearing. It's important for all of us in O'Fallon to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans.
I think Black History Month is important because you have to know where you come from, or at least that's what I think. I think it's important to celebrate different cultures and learn more about them so that you don't say things that may come off bad to other people. Or it helps you be more knowledgeable about other cultures so you don't just get preconceived notions about other races.
Now, let's celebrate Black History Month together as one O'Fallon family. And may we remember those that helped pave the way for a better tomorrow.
If you would like to find out more information on Black history in O'Fallon, you can visit the O'Fallon Historic Society's webpage at OFallonMoHistory.org. Did you know that O'Fallon D.A.R.E officers serve over 3,000 students each year? Let's find out how the D.A.R.E program is making a difference one lesson at a time.
When you walk into most 7th grade classrooms, you'll find books scattered about and curious students soaking up knowledge. These students are learning about complex equations and current events that are shaping the world. But did you know that students are also learning to make sound life decisions through the D.A.R.E program? D.A.R.E started in 1983 and is now used in over 70% of school districts nationwide. Here at OFallonTV, we had the opportunity to visit O'Fallon Police Officer Bob Schoonover's D.A.R.E class at South Middle School to see what this program is all about.
Which 3 drugs are most commonly used and abused by teens? Starting off with the top of the order. What's the benefit for smoking? For you guys, the 7th graders, right here, right now. Nothing?
O'Fallon PD's D.A.R.E program is a collaborative effort between law enforcement, schools, parents, and community leaders. Its strength lies in the fact that it helps children learn and practice new skills that are supported by their community.
I teach them communication skills and how important it is to communicate. Every single lesson that we do for the 10 weeks is all about communication and getting these kids to verbalize and be confident and be very assertive. Those are all the main lessons. And I talked to them about being a champion and what it means for them to be personally a champion. Not everybody's going to be Michael Jordan, but what can they do to be the best them that they can be? And that's what we're after.
The D.A.R.E curriculum is taught to K through 4th plus 5th and 7th graders. Students can expect to learn about risks, responsibility, substance abuse, media literacy, and several other important topics. On the day we visited Officer Bob's class, he was connecting with students by playing fun, informative games like D.A.R.E Jeopardy!
What percentage of 8th grade students use smokeless tobacco? Your wager. Evan's going 15. Grace?
They love D.A.R.E. They love Officer Bob. He does a great job, and he has a lot of different activities for them that they get to be involved in it, so they feel like they're not just being told this information, but they have a say in what they're learning.
And he laughs with the kids, tells them jokes, and tries to build a rapport with the kids.
Being back in the classroom is awesome. I love seeing the kids. I love seeing it click. When things light up, when you can make a connection, when you can make them see things in a perspective that they hadn't quite realized yet, to me, that's just fabulous, and absolutely love hanging out with them. Love being able to joke with them and let them see that behind the badge, there's a man, there's a husband, there's a dad, there's somebody just like their family, and that cares about them too. And I bring a lot of my things that I've learned from my family into the classroom.
It's good to know that the City of O'Fallon and its police department are partnering with local schools and parents to help students improve their decision-making skills. Students are not only learning about math and science, but they are learning to be honest, safe, and responsible through D.A.R.E.'s Keeping It Real curriculum.
It's time for a break. When we come back, we'll catch up with O'Fallon snow fighters to see how they prepare for major winter events. Also, learn how one city department provides special assistance to those in need. You're watching OFallon Matters.
sweetheart, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to O'Fallon Matters. We've got some tips that can help you put the freeze on fires this winter.
We think it's safe to say that firefighters know a thing or two about fire. These highly trained professionals help the community in a number of ways, from acting as first responders during an emergency to, well, putting out blazes. Our fire protection district also works to educate O'Fallon residents, and we had a chance to get some fire safety tips on a variety of topics that can help keep your family safe. To kick things off, engineer Kevin Davis will tell us about two major causes of home fires.
Two of the most common fires we have during the wintertime is grease fires and electric heater fires. When it comes to grease fires, some of the easiest ways to put them out is just to turn off the gas or the source and then cover up the grease without trying to get burnt. What they'll do is it will smother the fire and it should go out pretty quick. One thing with grease is never use water and do not pick up the grease pan to take it outside. When it comes to electric heaters, you want to make sure that those are far enough away from drapes, combustibles, furniture, beds. You got to keep in mind those electric heaters run about 1,500 watts, which sometimes if you plug too many of them in, more than two, it'll overpower the outlet and actually could trip the breaker. Smoke detectors are very important for fire safety because it's going to be your first line of detection if there's a fire in your house. So you need to have one in every bedroom and on every floor. Carbon monoxide detectors are actually very important as well. They are your first line of defense against carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is actually odorless, tasteless, and it comes from the in-combustion of burning fossil fuels. So your hot water heater, your furnace, fireplaces. So if you have a detector, that's going to notify you right away if there's carbon monoxide in your house. Fire extinguishers are very important for fireplaces, kitchen fires. Usually the kind you would like to have is the ABC. It's a powdered extinguisher, and you keep those relatively close in the kitchen and the pantry, close to wherever you're having something that could potentially burn. In the event of a fire breaking out and you do have your extinguisher, if you exhaust that extinguisher and it doesn't put the fire out, please get out to safety and call 911. One of the things we teach in schools is having a meeting place. And a meeting place is a place where you, your children, the parents, they all know where to go in case of a fire that they have to get out. So sometimes a meeting place, a typical one is a mailbox in the front yard or a tree or a neighbor's yard, somewhere safe away from the house.
If you have any questions about fire safety topics, you can always contact our Fire Protection District. You can also sign up for informative newsletters on their website to get more info on fire safety and public events. And in the event of an emergency, don't hesitate to dial 911. Our firefighters are here to help, and they're always just a phone call away.
We caught up with O'Fallon's Street Division to find out how they prep for large winter weather events. Joe Meyer has more.
If the forecast calls for snow, you can bet that O'Fallon snow fighters will be on the job and ready to clear more than 700 lane miles of pavement and over 1,000 cul-de-sacs. Prepping for a winter snow event takes hours of thorough maintenance even before our trucks hit the pavement.
Basically what we'll do is, depending on the size of the event, with the follow-up temperatures, if it's going to be cold, what we'll do is First thing, we'll always put the trucks together. We've got a crew that does that.
And we make sure all the salt spreaders and plows and liquid tanks all work properly before we go out. So when we get out there, we're prepared.
And then we do a checklist on all the trucks after they're put together to make sure everything's working right. Once that's completed, we'll basically log them off, say that they're ready, they're snow ready.
Before those dreaded white flakes hit O'Fallon streets, crews are out pre-treating roads with a combination of highly effective chemicals.
Depending on the temperature, determines what chemical we use. If it's below 20 degrees, we try to treat the road with a geo brine. Basically, that's like a salt brine and beet juice additive.
The city has designated 14 routes and will place 2 or more snow fighters in each of those routes, depending on the severity of the storm. And crews work exhausting 12-hour shifts day and night until the job is completed.
For level 1, we'll have 18 drivers out, 18 snow fighters. That consists of 14 routes. And then we've got 2 tandem operators that run north and 2 tandem operators that run south. Their primary objective is to make sure that the arterials and collectors stay open. From there, we go to a level 2, depending on the depth of the snow. That's about 32 trucks, and then we go up from there to 40 trucks. And then if we get to a level 4, that's basically all available equipment, personnel at one time.
It's kind of difficult to get your body used to it because you have to change your normal sleep habits. So it takes a little while to get acclimated.
What helps us out tremendously is when the residents, the traveling public gives us a little bit of room. We do that, then we're able to cut through stuff pretty well, pretty quick.
The 2 best things you can do as a resident to help us in the snow removal effort is to first move any parked cars off the street. Plus, staying off the roads during a storm helps our hardworking snow fighters get the job completed in a timely manner. If you want to know more about the City of O'Fallon's snow control policies, you can go to www.ofallon.mo.us, or you can call the Streets Division at 636-379-3807.
Local government is all about helping residents, and this O'Fallon department specializes in providing assistance. Let's take a look at what our Public Assistance Department is doing for our community.
Everyone needs a helping hand every now and again, and that's why our Public Assistance Department is proud to offer a variety of services for O'Fallon residents. This city department administers grants used to revitalize neighborhoods, expand affordable housing opportunities, and improve community services and facilities for low to moderate income homeowners.
We are fortunate here in O'Fallon to have a number of programs available to our homeowners within the community. One such program is our Home Improvement Loan Program, targeted towards home improvements and repair, especially if you find yourself physically or financially unable to make those repairs. We also offer down payment assistance to first-time home buyers and partner with other nonprofit agencies in the community to offer emergency homelessness prevention, as well as transportation to and from medical appointments and other miscellaneous activities.
These partnerships with other organizations expand our ability to assist residents. Transportation is something our elderly or disabled residents can need help with, and these programs really make a difference.
So we partner with Mid-East Area Agency on Aging. They offer the D.A.R.E program, which stands for Senior Transportation and Rides. It's a program operated by volunteers that transport O'Fallon residents to and from medical appointments. The city also offers a transportation program meant to assist individuals with disabilities. The program allows individuals to get transported to medical appointments and deal with essential day-to-day functions.
The City of O'Fallon is proud to offer these programs, and we're happy to lend a helping hand to our residents.
I'm so fortunate to work in this department. We're able to positively impact the lives of our residents. We're able to keep them living independently and living safely within their own homes, and to be able to also be contributing members to the O'Fallon community. If you're interested in learning more or applying for one of these programs, please reach out to the Public Assistance Office. My number is 636-379-5411. You can simply visit our website and learn more there, and applications are available online.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have a good story idea, let us know. You can email us at OFallonTV@OFallon.mo.us. And remember to give back to your community, because O'Fallon matters to all of us.